It's time for another nickel hunt, and this time we've got 2 more boxes thanks to Transit Dave in Washington. Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure and welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited about this episode because as you'll recall, the last time we had a couple of nickel boxes from Transit Dave in Washington, we actually found a 1950 Philadelphia. Not the Denver we need, but still a very fun hunt. So once again, I want to thank Transit Dave for sending me a couple of sealed boxes for my nickel hunt and album fill series. Now this episode is going to be episode 56, boxes 91 and 92. I do want to make mention that if you've missed the first 55 episodes, consider checking out the playlist link down below in the video description, or even checking out the quick link up here to get caught up before spoiling the progress on the album. Now, all of you already know we've got all the nickels we need for the album except one, and I've already mentioned it, the 1950D key date nickel, 2.6 million, only minted. Man, as soon as we find that one, the album's complete. Now, of course, we still want to upgrade some nickels, and despite the number of beauties in the album, there's still some upgradable nickels. That also being said, a 2-box nickel hunt is not just about finding the key date nickel, but we'll take silver, buffaloes, maybe a V-nickel, anything cool for the collection, including upgrades. I'm going to close this up. We're going to get this hunt kicked off pretty quickly. I'm going to open up this tape and try to do a live opening on the sealed box next. All right, I've scored the tape, so hopefully we can get this open and see if we have any fancy schmancy enders. We did not do a good job on that side, but it looks like we've got it okay. All right, what do we got here? Well, we've got circulated nickels, and that's always good. Now that I'm getting boxes that are sealed, we have to hope that we don't get a box that doesn't have all the rolls, first of all, and has uncirculated nickels, because that'd be a bust. The box is in a little bit of disarray. Let me go ahead and organize it. Make sure we have all 50 rolls because for some reason it looks short, but I probably can guess that it's not. Let me organize it real quick and I'll be right back. All right, we have got the box organized. As expected, 50 rolls are ready to hunt. I'll be using my nickel coin hunts mat for this episode and hopefully we get some goodies. You guys know the drill. I'll be back if and when we have our first find. We're on roll number 11, and we have our first 40s find of the box. Already found a couple of 50s, but this one's going to be a 1941 Philadelphia. Roll number 13, we have a 1949 here. 1949 Denver, so we can check it for that D over S, which I do not see. A little bit of something behind the D or below the D, but don't think it's the D over the S. Either way, second 40s find to go along with 3 from the 50s. Well, we're on roll number 17, and I literally opened the roll, flattened it out, crunched up the wrapper, and in the back pops a buffalo with a possible mint mark. Let's take a look at it together. It's definitely a type 2, which is the flat mound. I can't see if that's a mint mark. I'm going to say that there might be a mint mark on it. Could be damaged, but that looks like it could be an S. And let's see if it has a date first. Might need to be Nicka dated. Man, I don't know, but this has got to be at least in the teens or 20s based on its wear. And you can see, I believe, a 1916. I think it's a 1916 S. Let me do a little research on this one, see if I can make out this date, see if I can see a mint mark, and bring you guys back. Well, I've scrutinized it, and I can't make anything out. It could be a 1917, it could be a 1916, could even be a 26 or 27, and it could be an S or a D. The thing is, if it's a 26S, it's a key date, and I hate to Nicka date it, but I can't tell, guys. I can't tell. So because I can't tell, I am going to have to Nicka date it. And I think what I'll do is I'll Nicka date the reverse first, confirm if there is indeed a mint mark. And after that, I'll confirm the front one more time without Nicka date. And then I'll have to Nicka date it if I can't. You guys are probably staring at the footage going, Rob, I can see it. I can't. I'll review the footage. but I think Nicodate is all we can do on this one, unfortunately. Well, we've used our trusty Nicodate, and it's going to be confirmed. I'll show it under the scope. The reverse does have a Denver mint mark. I did Nicodate the bottom, as you can see. Denver mint mark, and you'll have no problem seeing the date, 1919. Let me see if I can show it to you guys with the magnification here. There you go. There's the Denver mint mark. Sorry for the shakiness. So 1919, Denver confirmed, better date, only 8 million minted, just over 8 million. I think 8,006,000. In G4 condition, it's about a $15 coin. This would have been in G4 condition if we had a legible date, but I had to Nicodate it, so we're probably sitting around $3 or $4 in this grade now with Nicodate on it. Either way, it was worth 50 cents before the date, so we made a little bit of value back Nicodating it, but obviously it's got some damage now. Either way, we've got a Buffalo nickel, 1919D, roll 17, first box. Roll number 31, another 40s nickel, and it is a 1940 San Francisco. Roll number 37, we have a 1948 Jefferson nickel, minted in Denver. Roll number 40 is going to have back-to-back finds because we encountered a 1946 Philly, and right behind it, another 1948 Denver. Roll number 45 is going to yield another 1949 nickel, and it's actually not in that bad a shape, to be honest. And it's a Denver, so we'll check it for the D over S. No D over S, but it looks like it might have been an ender at some point. It does have that partial ring of death on the reverse. Either way, I'll take it. 1949D. Roll 47, and I think we're going to get our first silver. The edge looks pretty suspicious, and it's going to be silver. We got a Philadelphia minted Silver War nickel, and it is from 1945. Cool patina and decent detail. I wonder if it'll upgrade. A Buffalo and silver. 3 rolls plus this one to go. Same roll, and near the back of the roll, we have a 1946 Philly. We'll just check it for that notch in the R to see if it's the Henning nickel. It doesn't have that. Does it weigh over 5 grams? It doesn't. Just a 1946 Philadelphia. Well, box one's going to come to an end, and it was actually a pretty good box. There's only 19 finds on the board, which is about 1 or 2 less than I liked in that 20 to 25 range. But we did get 8 in the 50s, 9 in the 40s, including the Silver War nickel. We got a 1919D Nicodated Better Date Buffalo nickel, and I didn't show it, but we did squeeze out one 1989 Canadian nickel as well. 19 finds on the board, 2 dandies, another box to go. Let me clear away the discards. We'll get going on box 2, and I'll do a live opening on it next. All right, we have got it scored. Figured I'd crack it open live in case there's a fancy schmancy ender. And let's take a look together. Well, we've got circulated nickels, and once again from Transit, they're all over the place, but probably going to be 50 rolls in here after I organize it. I don't see any great enders. Let me get it set up for the hunt, but I'll bring you back in on our first find in box 2. Well, it didn't take long to have a find, and it's a nice one. 52nd roll of the 100 roll hunt, or box 2, roll 2. And peeking out, another Buffalo nickel. Now, I don't see a mint mark on this one, and it does appear to be in better shape. So it's probably going to be in the 30s. No, I think it's a 20-something. I think that's going to be a 20-something. Let me just put it under the scope. Looks like it's going to be a 1926. I know it looks like an 8, but I believe that's a 6. And let's just double check that mint mark area. Yeah, I think this is going to be a 1926 Philadelphia, and I will scope it just to confirm, but I'm 90% sure. Let me double check either way. If it's something different than a 26P, I'll bring you back. Otherwise, we'll get on with the hunt. And that's 2 Buffalo nickels through 52 rolls. Roll number 61, a 1946 Jefferson nickel from Philly. Same roll, and I guess these 2 years travel in pairs because here's another 1948 in the same roll as a 46. That one's from Philadelphia as well. Roll number 65, and we have a damaged 1941 nickel from San Francisco. Roll 68, and we're 1 year off what we need. Here's a 1951. I don't show them often, but just wanted to show it's a 51D, how close we were. Roll number 69, very next roll, and I think we have another silver. Where was it? Right here. And it is San Francisco minted, 1945 again. 2 Silver War nickels, 2 Buffaloes, 69 rolls in. Roll number 74, we've got a damaged 1946 or 40. That's going to be a 1940 Philadelphia. We'll take it. Goes along with my damaged 41. Roll 76, another 1940 nickel in better shape, also from Philly. Roll number 81, and we have our first nickel from 1947 of the hunt. And that's a 47S, 1 year off a semi-key date. Roll number 84, and I think we have our third war nickel. Saw it in the back, and there it is. You can spot them by the edge. They're definitely more greenish toned than the other nickels. Typically, sometimes it's just metal detector finds. This is a trashed Philadelphia 1943. So we can take a second to see if it's that 3/2, which I don't see, or the doubled eye, which you're probably not going to see based on the wear, and I don't. 3 war nickels in the 2-box hunt, and we still got a third of a box left. Can't get mad at that. Roll 94, and we're going to have our 4th Silver War nickel of the hunt and 3rd of this box. I missed it because it was near the wrapper edge, and I just didn't see the edge of it. 1943 Philadelphia again. Not in the greatest shape, but silver is silver. And I don't see the 3/2, and I don't see the doubled eye. Wow. 4 Silver War nickels, 2 Buffalo nickels, and a myriad of other finds we'll get to at the wrap-up. Roll number 45. Another 1941 nickel, minted in San Francisco. Roll 97 out of 100, and third coin in. Another 1940 with a cool patina from Philly. Roll number 99, another 1940 nickel. Almost missed it because of the damage at the 4, the gunk there. But that's a 40 Philly as well. Well, the second box from Washington has been hunted. Thanks a lot, Transit Dave. 2 great boxes. We ended with a staggering total of 25 nickels from the 50s, 22 from the 40s, including 4 Silver War nickels, 2 Buffalo nickels, a 1919D, and a 1926P. On top of that, we had the Canadian nickel, only 1 out of the 2 boxes. Odd that there's only 1 Canadian, being from Washington State. You'd think we'd see more, but I'm not mad about that. And then check it out. We ran into a nice patch of older 60s beautiful Jefferson nickels, and for a second I thought we might have been on a collection dump because most of those were found in 2 or 3 rolls in a row. Still, always fun to see. Maybe we'll have an upgrader. Yeah, no 1950D again after 92 boxes. What are you going to do? But anytime you can get 4 silvers and 2 buffaloes and that many finds with some beauties, you can't get mad at the hunt. However, before we move on, I do need to double check the album to see if we have any upgraders. So let me do that and bring you right back. So I've combed through the finds. We are going to have some upgrades. It's hard to believe that with all of these beauties right here, I couldn't upgrade any of them for what we already had. But we will be able to upgrade the 54S. It is slightly better with a little more detail, as you can see. We're going to upgrade the 49D. I did find one better than the damaged one we have in the album. And I will upgrade the 48D. It has more detail in his hair. Pretty obvious there for sure. 3 upgrades. Let me plug them in. I'll give you a final look with some final thoughts. All right, I have plugged them in. And again, album is better than it was before the 2-box hunt. On top of that, even though we didn't get the 50D, I've got a lot of beauties to add to my rolls. 4 silvers for the 2021 silver jar, and a couple of buffalo nickels to add to the collection as well. At the end of the day, everyone always asks what I do with all the other 40s and 50s finds. Unless they're semi-key dates or in great condition, I do toss them back. That being said, I do keep the nicest ones for my collection, of course. Hopefully, despite not once again finding the 50D, you guys still found this 2-box nickel hunt enjoyable. I know I did. If you did, I'd appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching. We found a lot of silver on Friday's live stream, and a lot more silver on today's nickel hunt. This 2021 jar is super happy lately.